Everybody is different. The world as you experience it is not the same world that other people experience it. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Every single day, I'm gonna make something great.
Just because you see something and you say what color it is, for example, let's say colors. You see something and you say it's blue. You ask somebody else, what color is this? And they say blue. That does not mean that the other person is seeing the exact same color as you are. That only means that the other person matches what they see with the word blue, and you match what you see with the word blue. So it's not an exact word, right? The word is, it could be the color blue. It really, you really see the color blue based on the frequency that your eyes, the photons behind your eyes, your retina picks up a color, and then based on your vocabulary, on your language, you choose the color blue. You can say light blue, dark blue, fuchsia. You can mix it up, or you can just say blue. So if the only option is the word blue, and you ask a person what color is this and it looks blue, they're gonna say blue. But if there's other options, they're possibly gonna choose a different option and not the one that you chose. So if it were by numbers, for example, instead of the color blue, and you have a range of numbers, and like you've seen the color spectrum, and you can see the different shades of blue. If you have somebody point out what color is something, it's very likely they're not gonna pinpoint the exact same color that you're pointing at. That's just an experiment. You can do the same thing with sound, with a sense of touch, right? If you touch something and it feels rough, but what is rough? What exactly is rough? Can you define rough and with an exactitude that somebody else is gonna say it feels the same way? They're gonna know. They're gonna say, oh, it feels rough like a rock, rough like sandpaper. But still, that's not an exact. Sandpaper or rock, that's still vague, right? It's not an exact thing. So if you take it a step further, it all depends on the language, on the vocabulary, right? If we don't speak the same language, forget about it. We're never gonna match and say and agree on what we're seeing or touching, right? Because we don't have the same language. But even when we are speaking the same language, you have to find the right words to interpret what it is that we're trying to communicate, right? So even though we are speaking the same language, or you're speaking the same language as somebody else, that does not mean that the other person is understanding 100% what you're saying. It means that the other person is picking up the words that you're saying, word for word. Then in their brain, there's something that goes on, that they match the words, and they make their own comprehension. They interpret what you're saying, and in their mind, it either agrees or not with what you're saying. But the level of agreement, it's not an exactitude, because every person is unique. So in communication, communication with other people, that's a big challenge, because you're never going to agree or communicate 100% with the other person, and they're going to be 100% in line with what you said. You will never know exactly if they're 100%. You might say yes 100%, and you might make a questionnaire or a checklist, but that makes it a finite answer. So when you have finite answer, it's easier to check the box. But when you, let's say, have an answer that has an essay question, for example, and you have to write down, it's very difficult or impossible that another person is going to answer an essay question with the exact same words. Usually the person, they're going to paraphrase, maybe they say something that's going to sound similar in writing, but they're not going to match exactly word for word. And that's a good test right there. So I think that concept is good to kind of understand that when you're talking to somebody, even though you're saying the words clearly, and they're answering and they're responding, and they you know, it sounds like you're in agreement, there can still be miscommunication just because of the fact that that's just a fact. The way we communicate, there's no exactitude. Everybody is different. Everybody thinks differently in their own mind. Everybody sees colors in their own way, and we agree on what color we're looking at. Same thing with sound, same thing with smell. Everybody is unique. Our fingerprints are unique, our eyes are unique, and so everybody is their own world, right? And when we're trying to live together with other people in society, that is a big challenge because everybody has their own, you know, their own senses. So I think that's just interesting to think about. In business, that is a big challenge, right? If you think about it, sometimes we try to communicate something to a prospect and no way we can't get through. But if you think about it a little bit, what I just said, that may help you in the way you communicate and the way you understand, and maybe just it makes your life a little bit easier on you know, if you think about it, when somebody doesn't respond to you for whatever reason, or maybe they didn't understand, or there's a communication issue there. So I think this is just an interesting topic, and then I just wanted to share this with you. If you like this video, please like the video, share it, or comment something below. Definitely subscribe to my channel so you don't miss my future content, and click on the notification icon while you're at it. Thank you.